July 17, 1994, Pasadena, California. One man walks toward a soccer ball alone in front of 94,000 people. He has to score. If he misses, his country loses the World Cup. Right there, in that exact second. He steps up. He shoots. And the ball sails over the crossbar into the crowd, gone forever. This is the story of the most heartbreaking penalty miss in World Cup history, and the man who never fully recovered from it. Let's go back a few weeks. Roberto Baggio wasn't just a good player at this tournament. He was Italy's entire tournament. Against Nigeria, Italy was losing, seconds from elimination, when Baggio scored a last-minute equalizer, then won it in extra time. Against Spain, he scored the winning goal in the quarterfinal. Against Bulgaria, in the semifinal, he scored twice. 2 goals by himself. Italy wasn't just relying on Baggio. Italy was Baggio. But there was a problem nobody talked about enough. In that Bulgaria match, Baggio tore his hamstring. He played the final anyway. The final itself against Brazil was almost unwatchable. Both teams were exhausted. The heat in Los Angeles was brutal. 90 minutes came and went, scoreless. Extra time came and went, still scoreless. For the first time in World Cup history, a final would be decided by a penalty shootout. Here's a strange bit of symmetry. This entire World Cup had actually started with a missed penalty too. Pop star Tina Turner, of all people, shanked a ceremonial kick during the opening ceremony. Nobody thought much of it at the time. They would. The shootout began. Italy's captain, Franco Baresi, one of the greatest defenders to ever play the game, stepped up first for Italy. He missed. Brazil took their next kick. Missed too. Then Italy's Daniele Massaro stepped up. Missed again. Brazil, on the other hand, kept scoring. By the time it was Baggio's turn, the math was brutal. Brazil was ahead. If Baggio missed this kick, the World Cup was over instantly, right there on the spot. He walked up slowly. In interviews years later, he admitted his exact thinking in that moment. He knew Brazil's goalkeeper, Claudio Taffarel, almost always dived to one side. So Baggio decided to go straight down the middle, low where the keeper wouldn't even be. He struck the ball. It never went low. It sailed up and completely over the crossbar. Not even close. Brazil's players erupted. Brazil had won their 4th World Cup. And Roberto Baggio just stood there, at the penalty spot, head down, hands on his hips, for what felt like an eternity, while the entire stadium celebrated around him. That image became one of the most reproduced photographs in sports history. Journalists later nicknamed him the man who died standing. Years afterward, in an interview, Baggio said something that still gives people chills. He said if he'd had a knife in that moment, he would have stabbed himself. That's how much it hurt. He said he wanted to die, right there, on the spot. The damage didn't stay just emotional. Before that World Cup, Baggio had been scoring 14, sometimes more, goals a season in Italy's top league. In the 3 seasons directly afterward, combined, he scored only 20 goals total. A player who once seemed unstoppable spent years fighting to feel like himself again on a soccer field. Here's what almost nobody remembers, though. Without Baggio dragging Italy through 4 different knockout matches on one badly injured leg, Italy probably doesn't even make that final in the first place. The same leg, the same player, who carried an entire nation to the edge of a championship, missed by inches the kick that would have kept the dream alive. One kick, 94,000 people, and an image that followed one of the greatest players in soccer history for the rest of his career. Was it the worst moment of his career, or simply the price of being the only man brave enough to take that kick? You decide.